Mark Babish, excuse me, I messed up your name. Mark Babish is here joining us for sports. Mark, there's a lot going on right now. What do we need to know?
There is. It's been a busy week at Metro. It's rivalry week here. Metro versus Regis, 3 sports, 2 days, and one very happy reporter. We'll get started with men's soccer, where last year these two teams played to draws both times. This year's Metro comes into the game ranked 11th in the nation, while the Rangers are 18th. Let's head out to Auraria Field, where Metro and Tyler Wilson getting ready for the big game. We pick it up already. Regis up 1-0. Stephen Emery does his best David Beckham impression, scoring from 25 yards out and taking advantage of the slippery field. No Metro Regis game would be a game without it being physical, as 28 fouls were called. Second half action now. Scott Grody fights off the defender, gets the ball, pokes it past the keeper, and Metro is up 2-1. Regis has a chance for the equalizer, but Nathan Kafer rips a shot from 25 yards out that hits the woodwork. No luck for him, sir. But Regis would get the eventual goal. 78th minute, Kyle Emge scores. Really? Do the same thing Stephen Emery does? That's just weak, son. Well, it goes into overtime. No team would have a good chance. Metro Regis tie at 2. 4th straight time these two teams tied. Coach Parsons talks about the game.
I think Regis came in with a little bit more enthusiasm for the game. I think, they probably put a bigger priority on this rivalry than probably we do. I think we just kind of treat things game to game, and I think that they certainly came out with a little bit more energy and a little bit more desire in this game.
Last year, Metro and Regis split the regular season, each winning at home. Metro did beat Regis in the first round of the RMAC tournament to get the series edge. The first game this year takes place as both teams are ranked in the top 25. Kevin Hall has more.
Whenever these two rivals meet, there's always something at stake, and this time is no different, as both teams are tied for first place in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference.
Metro and Regis shaking hands for a start of their always exciting games. We start early in the first set with Julie Cassot hitting the ball over the net and scoring a point for Metro. Bree Morley doing her part. She had 23 kills in the game as Metro wins the first set, but ends up losing the second set 24-17, tying the game at 1 apiece. Metro got back on track in the third set. Bree Morley with a huge block and celebration, and Anna Mace with the great spike. Regis tried coming back, but hit it out of bounds, and Metro wins the third set 26-24. In the fourth set, Nok Fan comes into play the libero position and makes an instant impact, setting up a point. Unfortunately, it was not enough as Regis won the set 25-20. Hendricks trying to regroup her team for the fifth set in timeout. Though down 14-11, Metro trying to rally, but their efforts were foiled as Regis takes the point and the game. Excited about the win, the crowd swarms the court in celebration. After the game, we caught up with Coach Hendricks and Bree Morley, who talk about the difficulty of rivalry games.
We just were out of sync tonight, and we often are here. I think it's just a tough place to play and a tough crowd, and Regis played well. They played really well.
Regis, they're one of our biggest rivals. They always have the biggest crowd when we play them. We always have the biggest crowd when they play at our house. Just gives you more adrenaline with the crowd. You want to shut the fans up, and that's what you play for.
Reporting from Regis Fieldhouse, I'm Kevin Hall from Met Report Sports.
Rival. According to Webster's dictionary, rival means, quote, one of two or more striving to reach or obtain something that only one can possess, end quote. So then why does Metro's women's soccer team care so much about a Regis team they have not lost to for 20 straight times, including one game played in Michigan? During that span, Metro has outscored Regis 47-8. So why do they care so much? It's simple. They are rivals. Regis looks to break that streak that is approaching 9 years. We head back out to soggy Auraria Field, where Metro State's showing off the new unis. Regis had the first chance as, Megan Stewart plays the cross in. Metro's D takes care of that. Metro has a chance. Ashley Lembers, ping, you've got post. Metro would finally get on the board as Michael Ann Cares picks up the loose ball, fires it in for her second on the year. Regis has a shot before halftime, but Carrie Taylor can't get enough on the header. Metro up 1 at half. That score wouldn't stay the same for long as Jordan Miller ties the game in the 60th minute. Runners respond right back. Madison McWilliams rips a shot that hits off the keeper, hits off the post, goes in front of the net. Ashley Lembers tries to get a foot on it, doesn't get that much, but Aubrey Fondy later on finds McWilliams in the back of the net. Metro goes up 2-1. This was a back and forth affair, and fourth showed up when Regis's Laura Dorsey Spitz ties the game at 2. Freshman Rachel McMahon has the chance to be a hero, but misses. We are headed to overtime, where Nicole Renko puts the ball in. The keeper barely jumps up, tips the ball over the crossbar. That was the only chance Metro had. Later on in the second OT, Miller has the ball over to McMahon. McMahon, 25 yards out, fires. The streak is over. Look at JB Belzer, the gentleman in the white hat. That is your head coach jumping all over. He talked with us after the game.
It's a huge albatross that's hung around your neck when you don't beat a program for 8 or 9 years straight. That's full credit to Metro because they have such a tremendous program, and we certainly, they gave us everything today, and we had just enough in the tank to find a winner. So I'm very proud of my kids.
So what happened on October 26, 2001? Well, that was the last time Regis beat Metro. Rachel McMahon was 9.5 years old. #1 song with Jennifer Lopez's I'm Real. Life as a House was top grossing movie, and it took 3,255 days between victories. Last week's question of the week was, should Reggie Bush have given his Heisman Trophy? I went down to Siggy's to talk the subject with a couple fellow Met reporters. Joining me now is Nick Olig and Peter Aragon. We're going to be talking about Reggie Bush. Peter, I'll start with you. Should Reggie Bush have given back his Heisman Trophy?
Well, I don't think he should have, but it doesn't really matter if he should or shouldn't have because the damage is done to USC. USC doesn't care about his apology, doesn't want it. They've gotten rid of him out of their school and do not want him back at all, even if he wants to come back for school to graduate.
Now, some people have said that if the vote happened after the championship game, Vince Young would have won the Heisman Trophy. So, Nick, when should the Heisman Trophy vote be held?
It's absurd because the start of the season is in September and it ends in mid-January, just like the Heisman campaign. It would be unfair for a person who outperformed someone during a big-time bowl game, i.e. Reggie Bush and Vince Young.
Now, Peter, a lot of blame has been put on Reggie Bush, but there's another party involved. There's the agents. So who is more at fault, the agent or the player?
Well, in this situation, Mark, you have to blame both because the player, yes, he took that car and everything, but that's called self-control. That's something players need to learn in college, but unfortunately, me being a college student as well, I know if someone's offering me an SUV or something, that house, you're going to say yes because I don't have that money for that. But the agent also knows that that person does not have self-control, that students don't have self-control, don't have money to pay off these things, and he's taking control of that.
Now, I personally believe that you're not going to see change in college football until the NFL starts holding these agents accountable. Until then, you're still going to have agents talking with players and getting them gifts. Well, that's going to do it from Siggy's Hall down here. Join us next time as we talk about more hot sports topics. This week's question of the week is, why are no fans at Metro home games? Send us your answers to metreport@gmail.com.
Well, thanks so much on that update, Mark. We really appreciate it.